Coming at you faster than Chuck Yeager breaking the sound barrier and with more questions than the Beatles' first U.S. press conference, this is the very first public beta episode of Swag IQ, the daily game show where you can win big money from the comfort of your phone. I'm your host, Nathan Ondrasek. Hello to the 876 players looking to win big bucks today on our maiden voyage. As I said before, this is a public beta, so bear with us as we work out the kinks. Now, before we jump in, here's how the game works. I'm going to ask you 10 multiple choice questions. When the question appears on your screen, you'll have 10 seconds to answer by tapping your choice. If you get it right, you're going to move on. If you get it wrong, I am so sorry, but you're out of the running. If you make it to the end, you're going to split the prize money with whoever's left. And today, we've got $230 on the line for you. Look at that beautiful $230. Oh, it is so nice. Guys, I believe you can do this. And you know what? You can make the next grand prize even bigger. All you have to do is invite your friends to play with you. The more people you refer to Swag IQ before the next game, the bigger the prize gets. If nobody wins it today, it's going to roll over to the next game. And here's some more good news. If you're eliminated, you can still earn points throughout the game by correctly answering questions with a star next to them. What can you do with those points? That is a great question. Once per game, you can use them to rejoin the game immediately after you've been eliminated, giving you another shot at the grand prize. But remember, the further along you are in the game, the more expensive it is to rejoin. And if you don't have enough points to rejoin today, don't worry. You can stockpile points for the future. Just be sure to stick around until the end of the game so you can claim the points you earn today. Okay, we know the rules. You're excited. I'm excited. So let's light this candle and get to question number 1. Here it is. What state's motto is first in flight? Euphoria, resting, or North Carolina? Looking for a state motto here. The state that boasts about being first in flight is home to Kitty Hawk, where on December 17th, 1903, Wilbur and Orville Wright successfully tested their flying machine for the first time. All of that happened on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. That is the answer. We had 800 of you get that one right. 34 of you went with either resting or euphoria. Maybe you're not feeling so euphoric right now, but that's okay. Keep playing. You can still earn some bonus points throughout the game. Speaking of which, this next question is worth 1 bonus point. So here we go to question number 2. What team won its first Super Bowl on February 4th, 2018? Was it the New York Yankees, the Philadelphia Eagles, or Team Edward? Super Bowl 52 happened just over a week ago. The New England Patriots succumbed to a rowdy group of underdogs from the city of brotherly love. The correct answer is E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! That is right. We had 786 of you get that one right. Nobody went for Team Edward. That was a Twilight reference. And those of you who picked the New York Yankees, they are in the MLB. They will not play in the Super Bowl in the foreseeable future. Maybe if we do a combo, everybody going after each other. But I don't think that might happen this year. You know what? The Eagles were established in 1933 and had only been to 2 previous Super Bowls, falling to the Raiders in 1981 and the Patriots in 2005. Now, you can rebuy at this time if you want, rejoin the game rather. And, we've already got people jumping back in. Congratulations at your second chance to win. Let's keep going to question number 3. Which soap actress was nominated for 18 Emmys before winning her first? Susan Lucci, Tom Selleck, or Debbie Morgan? The actress we're talking about played Erica Kane on All My Children for 41 years. She's been inducted as a Disney legend and mind-bogglingly lost the Outstanding Lead Actress in Drama Series 18 times before finally winning one in 1999. It's the pride of Scarsdale, New York, Susan Lucci. And we had 630 of you get that one right. 119 of you went with Debbie Morgan. 6 people picked Tom Selleck for Best Actress. And while I think he did great as Magnum P.I., he just didn't wind up in that category ever. And while that 1999 award is her lone Emmy win to date, Lucci has kept busy with roles on Hot in Cleveland, Devious Maids, and as a competitor on Dancing with the Stars. Let's keep going, folks. Once again, we've got a question worth 1 bonus point coming at you fast. We've still got people buying back in. This is so exciting. Let's go on to question number 4. What city hosted the first modern Olympic Games? Was it Antwerp, Oslo, or Athens? We're enjoying some winter games right now. The Olympics are happening in South Korea. And you know, the first modern Olympiad was held in 1896 with events like shooting, wrestling, tennis, swimming, and of course the marathon, which was won by Spiridon Lewis, much to delight of his fellow country people in Athens, Greece, where it all went down. 603 of you guessed Athens, and we've got, wow, 74 people went with Antwerp or Oslo. We're sorry you went with those ones. Athens was the correct answer. Those first games featured 241 athletes from 14 different countries. Compare that to the 2016 Summer Games in Rio, which had 11,238 athletes from 207 different countries competing for medals. Mathematically, we know that's more, but percentage-wise, I couldn't tell you just off the top of my head. That's not one of my specialties. But what I can tell you is that coming up next is question number 5. Here we go. In first aid, abdominal thrusts are also known by what name? The Heidegger maneuver, the Heimlich maneuver, or the Feuerbach maneuver? Abdominal thrusts, crucial, could save a person's life. According to the American Red Cross, abdominal thrusts were the preferred method of helping a choking person dislodge food from their trachea from 1985 to 2005 until back slaps were recommended as the first line of defense. Those thrusts were championed by German doctor Henry Heimlich. Heimlich maneuver is what we were looking for. We had 617 people go with the Heimlich maneuver. We lost 17 of you with the other answers, but that's okay. Remember, we've already got a couple rebuys. Congratulations, you're still in the game. For those of you wondering, maybe how do I avoid choking? Here's a couple handy-dandy tips that I like to hand out. First, take small bites. Then you're going to want to chew your food 5,000 times before swallowing. And if all else fails, just throw your meal in a blender. A cheeseburger is just as good through a straw as it is in your hands. No, really, do it. I'm sure you'll really enjoy it. And if you don't, you're going to be fine anyway, because this next question, once again, comes with 1 bonus point. Here we go. Question number 6. Who was the first explorer to sail directly from Europe to India? Was it Sir Francis Drake, Juan Ponce de Leon, or Vasco da Gama? The great adventurers here. Notice Indiana Jones not on the list. He was still not even in existence yet. This historic journey took place in 1497, departing from Lisbon, Portugal, and arriving in Calicut, India over a year later, marking the first time Asia and Europe were linked by an ocean route, and the man who led that journey was Vasco da Gama. Wow! We lost a lot of you on that question. Only 168 of you got that one right. We lost over 400 people. That's a tough one. Yes, Juan Ponce de Leon, famous adventurer. Sir Francis Drake is also well known. You might have actually been wondering where Christopher Columbus was. Well, 5 years earlier in 1492, he actually went to sail the ocean blue and wound up right here. Not right here. He was not in this studio, but he was in America. And while it's pretty impressive that good old Vasco da Gama led that journey, my favorite journey leader is still Steve Perry. Yes, and we've got many of you buying back in because you individually just don't stop believing. You keep thinking that the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. And because you believe, I believe, we should move on to question number 7. Here we go. What were Mickey Mouse's first words? Oh boy, who me, or a hot dog? That lovely mouse. In 1928, Steamboat Willie was the first cartoon to feature synchronized sound. It also featured the debut of Mickey Mouse, who would have to wait until 1929 to utter his first words, which he did in the 1929 short, The Carnival Kid, when he said, hot dog. That is the answer. Let's see, 149 of you went with hot dog. The other 178 went with, oh boy. You might be thinking, oh bother, or you chose who, me, and right now you're saying, why me? It's okay though. We've already got 21 people who have rejoined the game. Congratulations. You know, if you haven't seen that animated short, get ready to enter a magical world where everything moves and sings, including the aforementioned hot dogs, which Mickey is selling. You can thank me later for the nightmares. It's actually kind of trippy. You know what? Let's just move on, because once again, we're going to be really excited that we've got another bonus point coming your way in this question. Here we go. Only 3 questions left. This is question number 8. What was the first rap single to chart on the Billboard Hot 100? Was it Rapper's Delight, The Message, or The Breaks? I know many of you are hoping to make it rain with your winnings. How many of you out there know your hip hop? Did you know that rap music actually started in 1970s New York City? It was started by artists like DJ Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, Jazzy J, and Curtis Blow. You know, if you knew that, then you actually probably also know that the very first rap single to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 was Rapper's Delight. Oh my goodness, we had 117 of you get that one right. It's right there in the name. What would be a Rapper's Delight other than hitting the Hot 100, folks? Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang made it all the way to number 36 on the charts way back in 1979 and introduced us to Wonder Mike, Mr. G, Bubba, and Hank. Please do not forget about Hank. Okay, guys? He's the imp to the dimp. The imp to the dimp, people. I think we all know what that means. I don't think there's any need to explain it, so I'm just going to move on, because clearly I know. Here we go. 2 questions left to glory. Let's move on to question number 9. Which of these colleges was among the first 3 Facebook expanded to? Was it Brown, Stanford, or UC Berkeley? Pretty much everyone has the Book of Faces now. You've all got your logins. You know a lot about it, but maybe you don't know its full history. You know, until 2006, you had to have an .edu email address to be a member of Facebook, which started as the Facebook in 2004 on the Harvard campus. Initially, they expanded college by college, with the first 3 being Yale, Columbia, and Stanford is the correct answer. Stanford is what we were looking for. 77 people went with Stanford. We lost the last 49 of you right before the last question, but that's okay. Remember, if you stick around to the end of the game, you can claim your points that you've been earning. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. And you know what? Everybody who's participated in this first public beta today is a Swag IQ trailblazer. But for those of you who have made it this far, you're the trailblaziest. And yes, it's a word, but you know, you've reached the final question. Are you guys ready? Right, here we go. Psych yourselves up. This is it. Here's the question. In 1971, the first email was sent by Ray Tomlinson. To whom did he send it? His wife, himself, or the Department of Defense? Some real electronic mail history for you coming your way. Ray Tomlinson was working for Bolt, Beranek, and Newman, the company contracted by the Department of Defense to build a RapNet, when he developed a system for users to leave and read messages on each other's computers, and he tested that system by sending a gibberish message to himself. Oh my goodness, looks like we have 41 who got the correct answer. You're splitting our first ever public beta grand prize. Yes, congratulations. Congratulations, I'm so excited for all of you. I'm sorry, I started silently dancing. Congratulations to all of you. We've got Trisha73179, Scott's18, Holly D. Johns. All of you are winners today. Matthew1030. You're getting your prize in the form of points called SB, which you can redeem for PayPal Cash or gift cards to Amazon or Starbucks, Target, hundreds of other places. Just tap that claim button and get your share of the grand prize now. And you know what? If you didn't win the big one, but you were earning those extra points along the way, tap the claim button too, so you can bank them and you can use them during the next game. You want those points, so just right there. I'm doing the space work for you. You're gonna you got it. You can do this. And you know what? That's it for today. So start getting ready for the next game when we'll have more money on the line and you'll have another chance to win it all. I'm Nathan Ondrusek, and you've been playing Swag IQ. See you next time.